Hunting season begins. For the Queen! To the vanguard!
We must move on.
What's our aim? Hunting season begins.
You have my bow. Salure Tenuri. You have my bow. Salure Tenuri.
For Oradell!
Swords ready!
What's our aim? Onward!
We must move on. You have my bow.
For the Queen! By the light of the moon!
Salure Tenuri. You have my bow.
Beyond measure!
Salure Tenuri.
Mana!
Swift and steady. To the vanguard! For Oradell!
We must move on.
For the Queen!
You have my bow.
Incoming!
Hunting season begins.
Swords ready!
By the light of the moon! For Oradell!
You have my bow. You have my bow. Salure Tenuri.
For Oradell!
Got that power?
What's our aim? To the vanguard!
Wits beyond measure! Time is mana!
Onward!
Reinforce! Incoming! Swords ready!
For the Queen!
We must move on.
Reinforce! I've got that power! Slogan!
By the light of the moon!
You have my bow.
To the vanguard!
Incoming! Explode into space!
Onward!
Swords ready!
Tanuri.
Espions Verja!
By the light of the
We
moon!
must move on.
Incoming!
To the vanguard! Onward!
You have my bow.
For the queen! By the light of the moon!
Swords ready! Logan! Time is mana.
Salure Tanuri.
For Oradel!
Reinforce!
To the vanguard!
Explode into space! Incoming!
Salure Tanuri.
Logan!
Onward! For Oradel! For the queen!
Swords ready! Explode into space!
You have my bow. We must move on.
For Oradel!
We must move on.
Swift and steady. For Oradel! To the vanguard! Onward! For the queen! By the light of the moon!
And our Evelyn.
To the vanguard! Hunting season begins.
Salure Tanuri. You have my bow. Salure Tanuri.
Hostile aim. Onward!
Reinforce!
Swift and steady. For Oradel!
We must move on.
For Oradel!
You have my bow. And our Evelyn. Salure Tanuri.
For Oradel!
You have my bow. Salure Tanuri. We must move on.
Incoming! Swords ready!
For Oradel!
And our Evelyn. And our Evelyn.
Explode into space!
We must move on.
For the queen!
Salure Tanuri. We must move on.
Explode into space!
have my bow. We must move on.
Got that power?
By the light of the moon!
Time is mana.
Onward!
You have my bow. Salure Denuri. We must move on. You have my bow.
Reinforce!
Salure Denuri.
For Oradell!
Got that power?
We must move on.
Logan! Incoming!
You have my bow. Salure Denuri.
For Oradell! For the Queen!
Swords
We must
ready!
move on. You have my bow.
Ritualsverja! Logan!
Salure
By
Denuri.
the light of the moon! To the vanguard! For Oradell!
Reinforce! Explode into space!
You have my bow.
Onward! For the Queen!
Incoming!
For Oradell!
Explode into space! Explode into space! Explode into space!
My dreams are made of this. We must move on. Salure Denuri.
For Oradell!
Swords ready!
My dreams are made of this. We must move on. My dreams are made of this. My dreams are made of this. You have my bow. Salure Denuri.
By the light of the moon!
We must move on.
To the vanguard!
Reinforce!
Onward!
Honor to serve. That stands and sun rises. You have my bow. Salure Denuri. You have my bow. Song of death.
For the Queen!
Incoming!
Red sun rises. Stands. Red sun rises. Salure Denuri. Song of death. Honor to serve. Song of death.
By the light of the moon! To the vanguard!
Swords ready!
For Oradell! vanguard! Cast our aim.
We must move on. You have my bow.
Hold and steady. Cast our aim.
Reinforce!
Hold and steady. For Oradel!
We must move on. Salure Denuri. You have my bow. Salure Denuri.
Incoming! Piątberza!
Hunting season begins.
For the Queen!
To the vanguard! For Oradel!
You have my bow.
Swords ready!
Onward! Cast our aim.
Salure Denuri.
For Oradel!
We must move on. Salure Denuri.
For Oradel!
Time is
For
mana!
the Queen!
We must move on.
For Oradel!
Got that power?
You have my bow. Salure Denuri. Salure Denuri. We must move on. You have my bow.
With
For
Piątberza!
Oradel!
Reinforce!
You have my bow.
Incoming! Time is mana!
Salure Denuri.
For Oradel! To the vanguard!
Swords ready! Got that power? Reinforce!
We must move on.
With Piątberza! Got that power? Time is mana!
You have my bow.
Incoming!
Salure Denuri.
For Oradel!
Swords ready!
move on. You have my bow. Salure Denuri.
Time is mana.
We must move on. Salure Denuri.
Swords ready. Got that power.
For Oradell. Swift and steady. Hunting season begins. You have my bow. Quiver and quake. Onward!
Time is mana.
Trust our aim. Salure Denuri.
I've got that power.
By the light of the moon!
For Oradell. Salure Denuri. We must move on. You have my bow. Salure Denuri.
Incoming.
We must move on. Swift and steady. Salure Denuri.
Swords ready.
Onward!
For Oradell. We must move on. For Oradell. You have my bow. Salure Denuri. For Oradell. We must move on. Salure Denuri. For Oradell.
Incoming.
We must move on. Hunting season begins. Tanuri.
For Oradell! Hunting season begins.
You have my bow.
For Oradell!
You have my bow. Tanuri, Tanuri.
For Oradell!
Got that power?
You have my bow. Tanuri, Tanuri. We must move on. We must move on.
For Oradell!
We must move on.
Just our aim.
You have my bow. Tanuri, Tanuri.
Incoming!
For Oradell!
We must move on.
For the Queen!
Swords ready! No kill!
You have my bow.
Reinforce!
Tanuri, Tanuri.
Incoming! Espion Sperja! Swords ready! No kill! Time is mana!
We must move on. You have my bow. We must move on. You have my bow.
Reinforce!
Tanuri, Tanuri.
Got that
For
power?
Oradell!
We must move on. Tanuri, Tanuri.
For Oradell!
Incoming!
We must move on. You have my bow.
Swords ready! Espion Sperja!
Tanuri, Tanuri.
For Oradell!
Tanuri,
Reinforce!
Tanuri.
Incoming! Swords ready!
For Oradell!
No kill!
We must move on. Tanuri, Tanuri.
Reinforce! Loaded escape!
have my bow. We must move on.
Incoming! Explode into space! Swords ready!
Like a rolling stone.
Reinforce!
And our evil in.
Incoming!
Denuri, Denuri.
For Oradel.
And our evil in. We must move on.
Swords ready!
For Oradel. By the light of the moon. To the
We
vanguard.
must move on. Red sun rises.
Reinforce!
You have my bow.
Incoming!
Red sun rises.
Swords ready!
Song of King. Let's dance. We must move on. Zanuri, Denuri.
Reinforce! Incoming! Swords ready!
For Oradel. To the wild.
Reinforce!
We must move on. You have my bow.
Incoming!
We must move on. Zanuri, Denuri. my bow. We must move on.
Swords ready!
You have my bow.
Explode into space! Reinforce!
To the vanguard!
Swift and steady.
Onward! Trust our aim. By the light of the moon! To the vanguard! For the queen!
Time is mana.
Quiver and quake. Swift and steady.
By the light of the moon!
Salure Denuri.
Hectic season begins.
For Oradel. We must move on.
Incoming!
You have my bow.
To the vanguard!
For Oradel. We must move on.
I've got that power.
You have my bow. Salure Denuri.
For the queen!
For Oradel. We must move on. Salure Denuri.
By the light of the moon!
Swords
For
ready!
Oradel.
Onward!
Reinforce! Wits beyond measure! Incoming!
For the queen! By the light of the moon!
Swords ready!
We must move on. Swift and steady. You have my bow.
To the vanguard!
Tanuri.
For Oradell!
Salure Tanuri.
For Oradell!
We must move on.
For Oradell!
Incoming!
We must move on.
Trust our aim.
You have my bow.
Swords ready!
Onward! For Oradell!
Reinforce!
We must move on. You have my bow. Salure Tanuri.
Incoming!
For Oradell!
Yes!
You have my bow.
Swords ready!
Hunting season begins.
Reinforce!
Salure Tanuri.
Incoming!
For Oradell! For the Queen!
Salure Tanuri.
For Oradell!
We must move on.
Trust our aim. Hunting season begins. Trust our aim. Hunting season begins. Trust our aim. Hunting season begins. Swift and steady.
Salure Tanuri.
For Oradell!
Swords ready!
You have my bow. Salure Tanuri.
Trust our aim.
We must move on. You have my bow.
Reinforce!
Salure Tanuri.
For Oradell!
We must move on. Salure Tanuri.
For Oradell!
We must move on. You have my bow.
Swords ready!
Salure Tanuri.
Hunting season begins.
Reinforce!
Zanure Denuri.
For Oradel!
We must move on. You have my bow.
Incoming!
Zanure Denuri.
For Oradel!
You have my bow. Zanure Denuri.
For Oradel! Hunting season begins.
We must move on. You have my bow. Zanure Denuri. We must move on. You have my bow. Zanure Denuri.
For Oradel!
Reinforce!
Ella Evelyn.
You have my bow. Zanure Denuri.